Reparations are owed to the African American community. Without them, we would not be able to vote. We would not be able to go to the same schools. We would not be able to sit wherever we want. Let's not forget. I don't feel that as a country, we have paid the respect that they owe.
But the only way that we are going to make any change in our community, addressing the racism so that we can unite with the Black community, so that we can work together united as one against the systems that are already oppressing us, that have been oppressing us.
But I need all my Hispanic and Latinos to leave them alone. If you are not Black, do not call them out.
And we, as Latinos, as a collective, should not be harboring resentment against Black people, criticizing them, getting angry at them, questioning them. No, because we've earned this. They are completely justified in feeling the way they feel and doing what they're doing.
I've been seeing a lot of videos going around from the Latino and Hispanic community, calling out their own people. Yeah, they're basically saying we need to start respecting Black people. We need to stop coming for them, stop disrespecting them, and just leave them alone. Okay? And surprisingly, some Latinos and Hispanics actually agree with that. They are like, yeah, we should respect the Black community's decision. They've done more than enough. They fought battles that opened doors for everybody, and we are all benefiting from the rights they fought for. And that's fact. Talk about civil rights, equality, inclusion, all those things people are enjoying today. The groundwork was laid by Black people who sacrificed everything. I've put together a few clips so you all can see exactly what I'm talking about, and then I'll come back with my thoughts after that. But before we roll the clips, full credit to all creators featured in this segment. All right, let's get into it.
Reparations are owed to the African American community. Without them, we would not be able to vote. We would not be able to go to the same schools. We would not be able to sit wherever we want. Let's not forget. They have been fighting for a very long time, since they came here. And us not acknowledging, I know I don't feel that as a country we have paid the respect that they owe. They really do. We owe them everything. It's because of greats. They're great people. Malcolm X, Martin Luther King Jr., the Black Panthers, they paved the way for us. They are the blueprint. And for us to go and participate in the same mentality that we are fighting against, it's just horrible. And it's wrong. If we don't fix this type of mentality and check our people, we are no better than the people we are up against. I want you to know that ignorance is our greatest enemy. So please do not allow yourself to be blinded by hate. I love and respect everybody, and I just want to say that if there's more people in the Latin community who are with me, I need y'all to say something. I need y'all to join the fight with me, because I can't be the only one.
And this is specifically for the Latino community. If you are not part of the Latino community, feel free to scroll on. Feel free to stay. I don't care. But this needs to be said. It needs to be addressed. And I've seen plenty of my mutuals addressing it for years. It's wild to me that y'all are out here asking folks to support the cause and in the same rant being racist. It's disgusting and it's hypocritical. But there is your cause. There is your reason why so many people in the Black community are like, we don't care. Because there is so much racism and anti-Blackness in the Latino community. As if Afro-Latinos do not exist. As if We are not all humans. What is most infuriating to me is that racism in the same breath. Do not ask of people what you will not do yourself. Do you actively call out racism, anti-blackness when it's around you, when you're hearing it? No. Why would you ask them to join in the fight? Why are you asking them to do something that you would not do? It doesn't make sense. And I'm not saying I'm a perfect individual. I have had to do so much work in my life to, first of all, acknowledge the internal biases or inherent biases that I grew up with because of the society that we lived in, because of the culture, because of the anti-blackness that exists in our community that I was brought up with. Not to say that my grandparents were like inherently racist, but they also had beliefs that were forced upon them. And now I call that out any chance I can get, and it irritates me. You can ask anybody that personally knows me that I don't stand for that shit. And I will stand here and I will call my community in to like listen and tell you, do not ask people to join if you're not willing to do the work to address anti-black racism in our community. No se vale. What are you thinking? And if you're pissed off at this point, at this video, then it's because you refuse to address that there is racism in our community. But the only way that we are going to make any change in our community towards what we're working for is united within our own community, the Latinos, and addressing the racism so that we can unite with the Black community, with all immigrants, so that we can work together united as one against the systems that are already oppressing us, that have been oppressing us. And if you're racist, unfollow me. Unfollow me. I don't care who you are. I care about being a good person. And that's all.
African American community is the only community that has the power in this country to change anything. They are the only one with the experience of civil matter. They are the only one que tenían el esclavo ahí mismitico. They are the only one that are not going to get deported anywhere, and you cannot put them all in jail. So African American community, which is the community that is stepped on by Cubans, the most are the only ones that are going to save the Latinos.
See, technically, I'm a Latina. I'm Haitian. But I'm not the Latina that you're going to listen to. I'm not. That one, though, she is. She is. She has that proximity to whiteness that you guys respect. Right? So now she states that it's only the African American community that can save the Latino community from the bullshit that you guys put yourselves into. And you only are in that because you were so hell-bent on voting against the same exact group, against the interest, the self-interest for that same group of people that now are the only ones that can save you.
They've been betrayed so many times, bro. 1877, after federal troops pulled out of the South, bro. Betrayed. 40 acres and a mule, betrayed. You feel me? Jim Crow, betrayed. Redlining, betrayed. Every promise that this country has made to them has been a false promise. And now we need y'all to stand with us while we march. Leave them people alone. Because they know how prevalent racism is in our community. And they know how y'all talk about them when they ain't in the room. And they know that now y'all got y'all N-word wake up, didn't y'all? Y'all got that Paul Mooney N-word wake up call. And now y'all want to scream unity and solidarity. Nah, bro. It don't work that way. They're trying to survive their damn self. They're trying to figure out how this man is about to get rid of the 13th and 14th Amendment and strip them of citizenship. What, you don't think they know what time it is? They got to deal with their own shit. I'm just saying, I see a lot of videos where people are like trying to convince, Black Americans that they need to stand side by side with Black and brown unity. But, when it's something that doesn't benefit us, we ain't screaming that shit.
I'm getting tired of seeing videos of my raza, my Latin community, my Hispanic community, calling out Black people
our black brothers for not doing what we think that they're supposed to be doing. This revolution is for us. This revolution is ours. It is our turn and our time to stand up for what is right. Leave those people alone. If their people want to call them out and ask them to stand in solidarity with us, then let that be so. But I need all my Hispanic and Latinos to leave them alone. If you are not black, do not call them out. We need to focus on our own, please.
Stop it. Do better. Black Americans don't owe anybody nothing. Some folks are pushing this narrative because they showed up during the BLM movement and now black Americans need to step up for us. That's not how it works. We didn't show up to support for the sake of them getting us back in the future. We support causes like that because it's the right thing to do. Because humanity comes first. ¿Me entiendes? I even saw some folks leave comments like, Africans ran to Mexico to escape slavery in the US. What are you saying? The folks in Mexico that embraced the protected, those that were seeking safety, did it because it was the right thing to do. For you to act like people owe us something is crazy. But honestly, instead of pushing your energy asking people, why are they not here? Why are they not supporting us? Put that energy towards your conservative tío, tu primo cara de pato that voted for this, and handle energy in pushing politicians. Call them, email them, call them out on social media to advocate to do the right thing for humanity, to be on the right side of history. This is a big topic. I could talk so much more about this, but I'm going to stop right here.
I've seen a lot of people recently on my For You page, especially Latinos, saying, why is the black community not speaking up about what's going on? Why are black people not supporting the Latino community? This, and that. And I'm going to be honest. I don't think that the Latino community deserves the support of the black community. And the reason why is because the black community didn't vote for this guy. The Latino community did. We, the Latino community, and I'm speaking about all of us, are the reason we are in this hole that we are in. Because over 48% of Latinos voted for Donald Trump. It wasn't black people who put Donald Trump in the White House. It was Latinos who put him in the White House. So now that we're getting screwed over by this guy, I'm sorry, but we have to first take some personal accountability and look at our uncles and aunts and brothers and sisters and friends who are Latino and voted for this guy. And before we expect other communities to come and save us, we need to start educating our own community because we are now seeing the consequences of our own actions. And yes, I would love to have the support, of other communities and be all united in this front. But I also understand the frustration black people have because, like I said, they saw what was coming. They didn't vote for this. Look at the numbers. I'm not making it up. It was Latinos who put this guy in the White House. It wasn't black people. It was us. And so before we expect other communities to come and save us and do all the work, we need to first recognize that we f***ed up. Not me, because I didn't vote for him, but many of us did. That's the sad reality. But anyway, hurts? Yeah, but it's the truth. Let me know what you think. And as always, it had to be said, and it was said.
Latinos in the United States have not earned the support of black people for us to be demanding, oh yeah, why aren't they coming out to protest with us? Why aren't they engaging in activism with us? Because we haven't earned it at all, in the slightest. Or did you guys forget that 46% of all eligible Latino voters voted for Donald Trump in the 2024 presidential election? Or how about the fact that racism, anti-blackness, colorism, all of these things are still very much pervasive in our communities? Bro, Latinos haven't even reconciled with the fact that they can't use the N-word unless they're also black themselves, because Afro-Latinos exist. Oh, and if we're talking about Miami, oof, you'll see the whitest MAGA Latinos be like, bro, but I grew up in the hood. I grew up around black people. In Overtown or in Liberty City, I could say it, bro. No one's going to stop me from saying it. It's my right. I'm not racist. I have a black friend. We haven't even gotten over that. And we want black people to go to protest with us, to engage in activism with us, putting their lives, their freedom, their bodies on the line? No. I completely understand any black person that wants to just disengage, disregard us. I get it, guys. I really, really do. And we, as Latinos, as a collective, should not be harboring resentment against black people, criticizing them, getting angry at them, questioning them. No. Because we've earned this. They are completely justified in feeling the way they feel and doing what they're doing. Now, I would like to give a message to the black folks watching this video. You are completely justified in your feelings and in doing what you're doing, and I respect it. Latinos, we need to tighten up. If you guys want the support of the black community, then earn it. demonstrate that we can solve these issues of racism in our own communities, and please stop saying the N-word. If you're not black, don't say the N-word. It's really simple, actually.
As an Afro-Latino, myself, we have to hold accountability for our actions. So anytime we speak about liberalism, everybody should have access to healthcare. Everybody, should not be able to be discriminated against based on the color of his skin or his race, even if they have the same qualifications as their white counterpart. Like, is that so wrong? Is that so wrong? I don't think so. But going back to the main topic of Latinos asking Black Americans to stand up for them and help them, and Black Americans are like, you chose that, that is your battle. I approve that message. I approve it. I know I might get flagged for saying this, but it's true. As Latinos, we need to take accountability for our actions. Remember, you're still a person of color. And I know a lot of you light-skinned Latinos or white Latinos who, honestly, you're not white American passing. And even if you are and you have an accent like mine, as soon as you open that mouth, you're done. You're done. So I just want to let you guys know that we need to do something. And there's no one else to blame than us. Hope this helped.
Honestly, it seems like every time another community is in trouble, suddenly they remember the Black community. But when things are good, they forget. Blacks are actually tired. Yeah, they're tired of being used. They are literally exhausted at this point. Okay. They've carried so many movements, they've fought so many fights, they've stood by everyone only to be left hanging later.
I've been seeing a lot of conversation around why Black people are not helping the Latin American community with all of the triumph that they've encountered due to this administration. And to be honest with you, Black people have an agenda this administration. We focusing on ourselves, we focusing on our families, we focusing on our community, and we focusing on our relationship with God.
Where were y'all during George Floyd? Where were y'all during Sandra Bland? Where were y'all during all of the white cops killing Black people? Where were y'all? But y'all want us to come together. Really? Really? Why y'all calling on us? Why y'all calling on the Black people? Why y'all not calling on Asians? They're a minority too. Why y'all calling for us?
So after the last election, many of them decided, you know what, we're done playing savior. Let everybody handle their own. We have our own issues, our own communities, our own struggles to deal with. And I personally think it's okay for Black people to focus on their own progress right now. There's a lot on their plate, economically, politically, socially, and they don't owe anybody that constant fight for all energy anymore. So, yeah, that's where I stand. Let everyone fight their own battles. Okay, respect to those calling for unity. But sometimes peace means stepping back and letting people handle their own. Anyway, those are my thoughts. Let me know what you think in the comments. Consider joining my community by subscribing, liking, and sharing. It really helps YouTube recommend this video to a wider audience. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.